we've worked on our game hot matches that I love having you back, Frenchie. We've worked on our game hot matches a little bit. We're going to try it out again here. We think we got it. This is going to be fun. It's kind of a version of hot potato. Frenchie is the only person who knows what time. He has some time limits for us, and we're all on screen going to talk about the matches from this week. And whoever is talking at the moment Frenchie's timer goes off is off the screen, out of the show, and then at the end of the opening 20-minute segment, we'll move on. But whoever loses the first couple rounds, there will be consequences in the interview as they will come in a little bit late. Did I do a good job there, Frenchie?
I think you did. I mean, obviously.
A little bit. All right, so we're going to start right now. The first match that dropped this week was Paige for Betty versus Peggy Gubbins. I'm sorry. Both those ladies were on a stereo and YouTube show last night. It was a great time. Go check that out if you can. Man, that was just an awesome match. It was fun. There was great trash talk, but the competition was top notch, guys. And this is, I'm getting started here, but feel free to cut me off if you want. This is a game, and you do not want to be talking whenever the timer goes off. So this is a free for all. Don't let me talk the whole time. So
I was making sure the timer wasn't 7 seconds. I was running the clock just a little bit. You never know with Frenchie.
That would have a little more conversation.
Yeah, this is going to be my most silent video ever.
No, you gotta talk. Yeah,
yelling at me all the time. Kick your ass out and bypass Frenchie altogether.
That should actually be a consequence. If you don't talk, you should just be eliminated right off the spot. I think that's a good consequence.
All right, to prove I'm not a yellow belly, I'll jump in. I think Boston Badass has some of the best smack talk, and after Peggy Gubbins, I'm sure we'll talk about its intro, her pre-match stuff, which made me cry like ugly cry, like when Logan died at the end of Logan. Spoilers. I was won over by how good Paige's smack talk was. I loved her character. I loved her attitude. She didn't quite have what I think her intelligence is there, and I think her knowledge is there. Am I dead?
I get what you're saying, but let's get into the good stuff, dude. The competition, and I see you up there, Double D. I'm
actually trying to remember something because I'm not trying to be silent. I'm trying to remember what happened because didn't Paige get a horror question for a 5-pointer, or was that because I think that
I believe so.
Yeah, so I felt like that was for me personally. That was like a gimme. Because as soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh, it's this. And I'm like, so I felt like it was a little, like she could have won that if she had a little bit more thinking a little bit.
What was the question, Dan?
What?
What was the question and what was the answer? You just made a pretty big statement there.
I don't remember. That was a couple of days ago. A lot that has happened since this.
That's what I thought. I want to address something, and I'm not making an issue out of this, but is Australia really considered a war movie? Now, I know technically when Ellis said it, he said war drama, and in the IMDb, it is listed as action comedy drama. So my assumption would be if it were to be challenged, then it would probably be overruled because drama is in there. However, on the IMDb description, the very first line says, before World War II.
Also, I don't know, is war film a specific genre?
Yeah. Oh!
Maple Dan is out in the bounce.
Oh,
I would say that war film is a genre. There are so many war films.
That was brutal.
Man, that's kind of a tough one, though. Really, that's kind of a tough because you can have war films, but if they're supposed to be based on actual wars, then you are kind of limited on. Well, that's overall.
What I will say is that you said that it was in the opening description, like before World War II, right? So I haven't seen Australia, so I
haven't seen Australia. That's why I'm not saying anything. I know nothing about Australia.
2 hours, 45 minutes long, and there is one bombing scene in the entire movie, and it's.
But does World War II take place? Does World War II start in the film?
It was in that time frame, but it was before Australia and
Was it
involved in Japan.
Was it a friendly bombing or was it like a war bombing? Because I think
It
if there's a
was-
bombing, it's a war.
Well, but I
my
mean,
grandpa was alive with this because he could probably answer this question. But since it takes place in that World War II time period and before they entered the war, then I would say that yes, it is a World War II drama.
this is not going how it was intended to, but that's okay. I love this. But however, I would counter that with if they go by IMDb for the genre and that's their basis, and the very first line in the description of the movie on IMDb is before World War II.
But if it
but what's the sentence? But what's the full sentence? If it was like before World War II, these characters were born. 30 years later, they do this. And just because it says before World War II in the first sentence, it doesn't mean that the movie doesn't take place during World War II. Again, I haven't seen the movie, but before Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker's a thing. That doesn't mean that the movie's not about Luke.
That in Northern Australia before an English aristocrat who inherits a sprawling ranch reluctantly pacts with the stockmen in order to protect her new property from a takeover plot. It has to do with cattling, is what the movie is about. It just happens.
Oh my God. How did I not miss this? How did I miss this movie? Holy crap. Australian cattle war movie?
Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman, dude.
I knew that, but I'm like, anyway, I have nothing to say about this.
You're making this movie up.
Movie.
Dude, I'm making
I've never even heard of it.
Answering a question, dude. What are you talking about?
They made it up first, and you're in on it. Schmoedown, I'm with Daniel. I'm with Maple Dan on this.
Yeah,
you're in on it. That movie doesn't
exist. Question, Jay. Wait.
Mark Ellis is the one running Schmoedown.
I've been saying it.
We have a comment. Let's play this.
How's it going, y'all? First time viewer here.
Hey, thanks.
I think I was more impressed by Paige in this match. I mean, Peggy won. Good on her. I'm glad it was good for the story. But honestly, I think Paige is the one to be looking out for. I was super impressed by her gameplay. I mean, she got hit with those questions in round 3, but that happens to some of the best of them. Hard 3, hard 5 happens all the time. Anyway, just my take.
Thank you.
I agree.
I was definitely impressed with Paige's performance. Not to reveal.
What's up, yo? Top 2
is out. It's me and you, Taco. And
oh my God.
But I'm a bigger fan of the Taco from the league than I am of yours. That being said, we're going to move on.
True. I'm a bigger fan of every human I've ever met besides you.
That's all right. Dude, I've heard far worse than that from my family. Damon versus Barbarian, dude. Okay, I won this in the fantasy league match. I had Damon. Frenchie had Barbarian, and because
I had Barbarian.
He can't come out here and say anything about it. So nanny. But for real though, this was a shut up, French. Get out of here. Take your tongue out. This match for real though was bomb ass, dude. I'll be honest. I had picked Damon more for the Star Wars competitor, even though knowing he was in IG also, that was a lot to do with my pick for him on my fantasy league. But in all truth be told, I thought Barbarian was going to win this, man. But I was very surprised by Damon.
Me too. I 100% thought Barbarian was going to win this. I drafted him very high in one of my leagues, and I stand by that. I think he's a solid three-league player. But
sorry to interrupt.
But it just wasn't his day.
Hey, we got another comment. Sorry, this is a part of the game. We play comments. They interrupt.
Perfect. I love it.
What's going on, guys? So I mean, it's tough not to love both of these ladies after watching this match, especially Peggy Gummins here in that very emotional story going into the match. But what do you guys think of a potential matchup between Paige and Brother Loomis down the line? Both me and Corey seem to agree on our show here recently that that would be a good match for both of them because they have similar trajectories and kind of not doing as well in the third round, but doing really well in the first couple of rounds. So what do you guys think of that as a potential matchup?
100%. They're both 0-1, and they both made splashes. They're both entertaining people. Yes. I don't want to see these entertaining players who get 0-1 to just get booted. That's a perfect matchup. I would love to see that matchup. The only problem I have with it is that means that one of them is going to be 0-2, and I like both of them, and I don't wish that on either.
Yeah,
that's my only problem with it. But yeah, I would love to see that matchup. I wouldn't mind if you put a 0-1 competitor like those two against somebody who's just down on their luck, who's been playing for years, who just kind of needs a win. That way, no one becomes zero. Like you're not forcing someone to become 0-2 because that's kind of a death sentence. Besides Demolanta, not a lot of people crawl out of that hole.
Yeah, and dude, but back to the hot matches, man, because my hands are.
Yeah, what's Oh my God! All right, well, welcome to the taco show. We're gonna talk about tacos mostly and how good burgers are compared to them.
Like the taco. I'm happy. I'm happy.
And I'm the guy who's told I need to shut up, and I won the not talking show.
You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.